Men, we always carry a seed, and we should actually protect the seed, you know. But again, there are some of the foods that are more likely to, destroy the seed. I mean the foods that actually kill the sperms. Most of the things that we consume, they are always good for our body, but again, we must be very careful because as men, we are more likely to suffer from, low sperm counts, infertility and other issues from even what we consume, And therefore today I'll just dive into various, foods that are more likely, to destroy, rather to kill your sperm as a man. I want you to take care of that seed, always take care, as a man. You carry a seed that need to germinate. Therefore, you should not destroy it. Now, this kind of food that I'm going to just talk about in this video, you should avoid them. If at all you don't want to suffer from low sperm counts, that's more likely to lead to infertility, If you want to have quality sperms, then avoid this kind of food. Avoid consuming this kind of food that I'm going to talk about in this video. Again, if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, these are all things that you're missing. I invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you can get all of this information. And always share this information. And remember to like this video. Remember to, comment. Let's know what you want us to, to talk about in the next video. Now, the processed, meats, processed foods that we actually take, they are more likely to destroy, what you call the sperms. They lower the testosterone. And this is more likely for a man to have low sperm counts. There's no single man, I'm telling you, there's no single man who could like to have low sperm counts. Therefore, you must be very careful in this video on the kind of food, because these are the normal foods actually that we consume as men. But again, we don't know that they are more likely to kill the sperms. So the processed meats, processed foods, avoid them. There are those men who usually, consume soya products. They have the benefits in our body, but again, too much consumption of these soya proteins, If you are a man who actually likes soya proteins, soya milk, they actually contain the phytoestrogen. This normally is more likely similar to estrogen, that is a female hormone. But as a man, you need to have more of testosterone. So therefore, it reduces the testosterone hormone, and more likely you suffer from this, low sperm count and other associated, reproductive conditions. Therefore, you should avoid these soya products that you usually take them in plenty, because they are more likely to destroy your sperm. The other thing is what you call alcoholism. You are fond of drinking alcohol, consumption of alcohol, cigarette smoking. These are more likely to put you at risk of having low sperm counts. Listen very carefully as men. Listen very carefully. I want you to just listen very carefully. Avoid this alcohol and this cigarette smoking. That you are always taking them. You are putting yourself at a risk of having these low sperm counts. and other associated reproductive conditions, or rather the health conditions that are more likely to, prone you to have infertility. The other thing is the sugary foods. We like sugar, something yummy. You want to take something sweet. There's no one who doesn't like sweet things. No one. I'm telling you, there's no one who doesn't like sweet things. So these things that we eat that are so sugary, so sweet, that we want our mouth to be so sweet. You want to drink sodas. They're more likely to increase insulin. They're more likely to increase insulin. I'm telling you, and this will lead to hormonal imbalancing. And it's more likely to reduce the testosterone. Hence, there is low sperm counts. Sugar things that we like taking sugar. Avoid too much of sugar. Sugar products. You are consuming another man. You are actually destroying your sperm. You are actually destroying your sperm. Remember, I told you you carry a seed. And therefore, you would not like to destroy your seed because of these kind of, foods that you want to eat. And I told you there's no man, no single man who would like to have what we call low sperm counts, rather infertility. There is no single man who would like to, to be termed as low sperm count man. No one. The other thing that we need to talk about is excessive. If you consume too much or excessive caffeine, more likely that you'll be suffering from this low sperm count. How will you be suffering from a low sperm count? It affects the DNAs and the integrity. It affected DNAs and integrity, according to the research, and more likely you suffer from the what you call the low sperm count. So this excessive caffeine that most of the people are found to take, they are more likely to be affecting their sperm count. The other thing is the fried foods. There is no one who doesn't like fried chicken. It's yummy, so sweet. And even me, when I see the fried chicken, I actually salivate. But again, I'm telling you, these fried foods, they're not good. They're not good at all. They're not good for us. Kindly avoid them. They're not good at us. They are not good. They are rich in inflammatory oil. There's inflammation that is not good for us, for our body. It's not good for sperm production at all. Just avoid them as a man. You want to take fried chicken, you want to take, samosa, all those kind of things, the things that you want to take, that's so sweet, so yummy, But again, not good for us. You are more likely to suffer from low sperm counts, more likely to have infertility. Then, what will happen next? The other thing is that we like plastic bagged foods, these plastic bagged foods that actually are in a plastic, in a container, they contain chemicals that are more likely are proven to reduce sperm concentration. Avoid this microwaving, in plastic containers. Like plastic, you put your food and then you want to microwave. Avoid them. They are not good because the plastic actually contain chemicals, and then when you consume these chemicals, they actually interfere with your DNAs, and then you're more likely to have low sperm count, and the DNA and the integrity. So these plastic packed foods are not good for us, are not good at all for us men. They're not good. They're not good, and then we need to avoid them so that we can be able to have quality sperm count. There is what we call the trans fats. The trans fats, they usually damage the sperm membrane. They usually damage the sperm membrane. The trans fats are not good now. We should avoid them. We should avoid them. We should avoid them. We will not kill our sperms. We can't kill sperms where we watch. Therefore, these are the kind of foods that you need to avoid as a man. And as we normally say, men, we carry a seed. Always protect your seed. It's very, very, very important to protect a seed as a man. You know, because actually you may have all the things, but if your seed is destroyed, you know, what can happen? You know, becoming infertile. You know, then you have low sperm count, more likely not to make a woman pregnant. You know, because the sperms are, you know, not of quality. You know, so try as much as possible to avoid these fried foods. You know, the samosas and fried chicken. You know, always exercise. You know, exercise, eat health, and then for drink water. You know, and make sure that what you eat doesn't contain that much sugar. It's not good for you. This is the end of this health video. Actually invite you to continue subscribing to our YouTube channel, and remember to comment also, you know, to share this information, and always watch the videos that we have done. They're good videos that we have done, and is sharing, you know, sharing the information is more important than anything else. Let's always take care of our health. Men, take care of your seed. Thank you.